What's up? What's up? What's up? We be talking people everywhere. How y'all doing?
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking,
Welcome back to another episode on We Be Talking. Look what we got on. Look what we got on. Look, we representing. Yes, we be talking. What's the word, baby?
Oh, I guess I gotta hold my camera down.
Yes. Welcome back. Good to have you guys here for another conversation. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be pretty interesting. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce everybody. I'm Tamara. Across the way, that's my girl Sheikah right there with the cute hat on. She's so cute. Look at her. Hey. Right there is my girl Kim over there looking beautiful as ever. Hi, Kim. And that's my girl Ave looking lovely. Yes, y'all. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody, okay? Share, send it out to the world, okay? All right. So what we're gonna talk about today is for you married folks, the gospel singer Kiara shared, and she was talking about if she had like her friends over, or if her friends come in town or whatever, she won't have her friends stay at her house because she's married now. That's where her husband is. So we want to get y'all input. Like, how you feel about that? Do you think that that's a little bit much, or like how you feel about that? Like, because I know I got friends that's married and I've stayed at their house and they ain't mine.
Absolutely. I think it has a lot to do with the background of what has happened prior to this. Now, maybe she has been taught this, or maybe, something has happened, an experience or whatever, to cause her to make this type of decision. Because as for me in my house,
come on now.
But my thing is, if I consider you a friend, I consider you family or whatever, I'm gonna trust you enough to be around my husband, Right. And if I feel like if I can't trust you around my husband enough, then I won't call you family. I won't call you a friend. You know what I mean? Right. And if it's family, there's just some family you gotta watch out for. That's a given. It ain't, they ain't got nothing, But I would definitely not have my family stay at a hotel if they've coming in to visit me, unless there's been some altercation, some reason behind, us not being in the same room. And then at that point, you won't be considered no friend. I know that. So
right. What you think, Sheikah?
To think about it, like, okay, so like if I was married to Idris, no, nobody could stay in my house. Okay? I'm joking. No, all jokes aside, I think that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
I can't call you friend, right? If I don't trust you around my spouse, and I don't need my spouse if I can't trust him around my friends. Like, what's the issue here? Like, I feel like now if I don't know you, of course, I'm okay. I'm gonna tread lightly with strangers, right?
Yeah.
We're going to tread lightly with strangers coming in our house, or people that we may know, acquaintance, but we don't know them, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like, of course, I'm going to tread lightly, and that's because I got kids, I got stuff in my house. I don't know you. I don't, so I want to protect what's mine. That sends out like a statement of where you don't trust your friend or your man, to be honest. Right. And I get it. The older people, like back in the day, they would say that a lot. You don't bring them people around your man. Right. You don't do. And I mean, like, what's wrong? What is my man doing? Well, I can't bring my friends.
That's what I was about to say, because it doesn't always have to be the friend. Sometimes it could be maybe they man got a problem. Maybe they man got a wandering eye or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And to think about it, I swear to you, in my old church that I grew up in, right? There was a statement made to my mom about a skirt I had worn. Now, mind you, I was much smaller, probably like 150 pounds of my height. So you can imagine my weight at that 150, maybe 100, between 145, 150 pounds. I was very active. So it's still in my height. I was much slender. And I've always had a small waist, hips, and butt. But I wore this skirt. I can't help it. Wasn't too like short. It was just very fitting. And the lady told my mom, you need to watch what your daughter is wearing because my husband, was sitting over there. I swear to God, I promise this on Jesus Christ.
She got a problem
about her husband. She felt like her husband was looking. And I'm first off, I'm a teenager. First off,
he got other issues.
Her husband was the furthest thing from my mind at the time. Then you had my nose, my ear.
You probably one of the furthest
my mouth. He had every opening in my body wide open. Okay. He had my nose, he had wide open. You could drive a Mack truck through. You hear me? I was not worried about her husband at all. As a matter of fact, I think I had got myself pregnant by this time. So my hips and butt had probably spread a little bit. Nobody had known though. But yeah, she told my mama, and my mama came and said something.
That's crazy.
And so my mama then was
what
like,
she say to you?
My mama didn't say anything to me. She said, first off, I didn't see anything wrong with what you had on. It was not inappropriate. You weren't showing skin. It was, you're you. I don't expect for you to look like Mother Ethis or whoever she is, I want you to look like a 16, 17-year-old girl, Yes. And she was just saying you wasn't showing those, like it was nothing inappropriate about it.
I would have went off.
If my mama was just like, I think my mama didn't handle it, but my mama came back and she said, that's their problem. And if you need to get something going on, that's something wrong with you because it's plenty of women here that's showing more than what you're showing. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but she made that statement. So my thing is, I think that comes from insecurity in women and what has taken place, even if it came from the old days. Like, what you mean?
But I agree exactly with what you're saying. And it's sad because it puts this philosophy as far as with women and girls that it is your responsibility to keep a man from straying, as if the man is incapable of self-regulating himself. And so anything that you do, no matter if you're trying to or not, it's your fault if the man stumbles and the man falls, and I think that that's probably where that mindset of don't have no woman and spend a night over to your house. Because if we're going to be really honest with it, if they won't do something,
they're going to do it.
They're going to do it regardless.
They're going to do it.
Regardless. So I don't understand that concept because if it's okay for them to come to the house, they just can't sleep at the house. That's just ridiculous to me. It's almost like you can fill a pool up with water, but make sure that the duck don't get in the pool with it don't make no sense. Like what you? Of course, the rubber ducky gonna go in the darn pool. The
only thing I can
don't have nothing there.
Right. The only thing I can picture is all the girls are over for the night, or at somebody's house, and at night here comes the husband creeping into one of their room or something like that. Or one of the girls creeping in. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
If that's the case, they had something going on before they spend their day.
If
they meet up in the laundry room at 2:00 in the morning.
Yes.
What would you guys suggest? What would you guys suggest she do if she was taught this? You know what I mean? Maybe she was taught this. And her mama said, this is what it is. We trust our mamas. We trust them that lead us in the right way and stuff like that. What if she was raised that way? How do you as a woman now, I'm grown, doing my own thing. How do you, move from?
This is what I think. I think to each his own. I think to each woman, her own. And you do what you feel you have to do. You know your husband, you know yourself, you know your friends. Right. You're grown, regardless of what you were taught. You have a mind of your own now. We were taught a whole lot of things. That don't mean that we got to live by everything we were taught. You know what I'm saying? You got a mind of your own now. And you know your husband, right? And if you don't trust your husband, then that's another issue that you need to, handle. If you don't trust your friends, then you need to get some more friends. You need to get some other friends. So if there's some kind of trust issue there, that issue need to be addressed. But at the same time, you're grown. You do what you want to do. You don't want your friends coming over to your house. You are free to do so. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it doesn't make sense. If there's no issue,
manipulation to me, almost.
Right? Like if there wasn't an event that took place that would lead you to believe that, to think that way, or I just can't just go with, okay, my mama taught me that, so that's what I'm gonna do. I can't go with it.
Right.
And you know, another thing to piggyback off what you said, Tamara, because that was really legit, real good what you said. A lot of times things that are passed down are trauma that the parent experienced. And so then they're hyper vigilant. And in their hyper vigilance of that, they're like, oh, I want to make sure that you don't make sure that you don't let this happen because this happened to me or this happened to my mama.
Now I want you to,
do this. Not realizing that in all actuality, what you are doing is if you decide to grab hold to that, to try to implement that into your relationship, now you are kind of putting a wall up and putting hindrances inside of your relationship where none could have existed beforehand. And so you're bringing someone else's fears, insecurity, trauma that ain't got nothing to do with you, and you're implementing it into your marriage, and it causes its own set of issues.
Yes.
I think
That's all I was asking them earlier. What if you have to have somebody take care of you? Then what?
Right. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Girl.
Y'all know, I know a little story about this man wife got sick, and one of the church members came in to help take care of the man wife, and then as soon as the wife died, they got married a month later. She was
just gonna say that there was this. It was a famous woman, wasn't she?
No, this is not a famous person. This is somebody we know. That my husband know very, very, very close.
Well, there was. Do y'all remember? I forgot her name, but she had dementia. She was very young. She was maybe in her 50s, and she had like dementia or whatever, Alzheimer's or whatever. Famous person. And her husband, he moved the girlfriend into their home where she was still at, and they both was taking care of her. Now his thing was they just knew that she was gonna die, so why not, he got needs too, and so on. Let me tell you something.
Let's be Smith.
B. Smith. Let me tell you something. And then she passed away, and they went on and got married, or they're together. Or I'm not sure.
Yes,
if they got married. But I don't know if she was a friend to her either. I don't remember how the story goes, but it was something real crazy.
Do y'all think Nene Leak's boyfriend came in to help her take care of Greg in his dying moments?
I know. I tell you what, I feel like Nene Leak's boyfriend was present while Greg was alive. I'll tell you that much.
Wait a minute.
That's what I think.
Greg dead, girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't watched that in so long.
I haven't watched it either. It's just been on like social
media.
He died
last year.
About a year ago, right?
Yes,
not a year. It's coming up on a year.
We talking about the gray-haired older man, Greg.
Yes, her husband died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he had cancer. He died of cancer.
So you
she got a boyfriend real soon.
Oh wow! I want to say something, but I don't know who's watching. But what I want to say is an exact story, like Sheikah was saying. I know this is the rumor around the family that this is what happened to a very close family member, and they are together now. But the other person going on to be with the Lord.
Oh Lord.
But they are together, and the rumor has it, I don't know how true it is, that the nurse that was coming in was the girlfriend, and she the wife now. It devastated so many people in the family. But like I said, it's hearsay. I don't know for sure, but I don't think they lying, because
I think it happens often though.
It does more often than we think.
And
some people are just trying to
like they who else I'm gonna go? I ain't got time to go out and look for somebody. Somebody already here. You know what I mean? So they don't have time to go out and look for something else if something already coming to the house. And I think that's how they get caught up in a lot of that. And no, you cannot trust those type of people around. I guess we talking about somebody willing and able or young and able to get around and do for themselves. That's a whole different story. You know what I mean? So if you know somebody got problems and issues, then don't trust them around your spouse. Don't even put your spouse in a position, at that time.
I was gonna say it was just one person in our old church that she went around the church, and we used to be like, don't have that one around you, man. But she was throwing that thing to everybody. No, but I think the idea come from
Lysol girl.
Because you said she was throwing that thing to everybody. So
She was giving it out. Here you go. Yeah.
Oh no.
You want some?
But but I think the idea, you know, is to put no confidence in your flesh, or you can't put confidence and trust in man. Man's breath is in his nostrils, so put no confidence in man type deal. I think that's the idea of where, you know, they come from when they say don't have no women around you, man. You can't put confidence in, you know. And I can see this if, like I said, if your man was like Idris or Deval, or, you know, because I don't know if Kay could trust me to spend the night in her house.
But the thing with these day and time, you can't trust men to be around your.
Girl, you better say it again.
Come on now.
It does not just stay with one sex, you know. It is all around, you know, old, young. It doesn't matter, because there's no kind of respect or reverence that this generation bring. I ain't saying none of them respect anything, but a lot of them, majority of them, don't even respect anything. They don't respect God. They don't respect the house of God. So how would they respect me and my household? Or, you know what I mean? How can we expect them to be loyal and you know, if you call yourself a friend, then do what a friend would do. Don't backstab just because you can. You know, which goes back to one of our previous shows where, would you tell your friend what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, don't hold that secret and then move on like ain't nothing. No.
And you know how ironic that one of us had that situation that happened to us.
Right.
How ironic.
After we went on.
Ain't that crazy?
Ain't that crazy?
But I'm gonna tell y'all something though. See, I consider y'all friends, right? I consider y'all friends, like for real. So when Xavier or whoever when he manifests and he comes in the picture, I know for sure that I can trust y'all around him. And number one, I don't have that jealousy nature. I'm not that, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have that. You know, maybe some people have that
too, right?
Huh?
I said, and you've been hurt before too, right?
I have been hurt before too, but I don't want to live like, oh my gosh, everybody gonna hurt me or everybody gonna do this, or, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go back to something Ave said about how, you know, the older folks, it's almost as if they want their husband. Nobody is really holding the friend or anybody else accountable if something were to happen, or like she could say, the lady said, you got to tell your daughter to not wear that skirt because my husband over there. How about you tell your husband to not look at this little girl?
Yeah.
Because not only are you looking at somebody else because you're married, you're looking at a little girl. So we have more than one issue here.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We have more than one issue here. So why is it that back in the day or even now, so you never know, it's almost as if automatically, the friend that they bad, or you know what I'm saying? Nobody really want to say, let me check my man, because his eyes are the ones that, you know, wondering why we automatically assume, or why we automatically go to checking a friend, or you can't stay over here, or, you know, like, why is it automatically the friend fault?
That's probably where the idea came from in the family. The husband was no good. So great grandma or auntie had to keep people out of her house to try to keep her man. But what she failed to realize, her having people over her house ain't had nothing to do with why he was doing what he was doing. Like, they ain't gonna stop they ain't gonna stop nothing. But I get what you're saying. But even in today's society, women will go after the other woman, or they will go after the other party, whoever that may be, versus check the person that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
My commitment is to my husband. Like, he's committed to me.
That's who
whether he happened with you, Kim, whoever it is, I'm checking him first.
Yeah. But I'm gonna check the girl too if she is a friend. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said.
No. One of y'all.
No.
We fighting.
Absolutely.
No, for real.
But I'm saying, even if it's somebody that I'm really not, if I'm just an acquaintance with, right? If you know that he and I have this relationship, he and I blah blah blah, you know this. It ain't like he lying to you, say he ain't married, he ain't doing this. You know that who I am, where I stand in his life, then I'm gonna say something to you too after I get through talking to him. because it's like you just stepped all over that line that was there, and you knew we were together. You knew we were married. You know, no, you don't owe no loyalty to me because you're not my friend. But if you know my situation, you're an acquaintance, you're a co-worker. You know, you see me come to the work parties and stuff like that. Now I got to say something to you.
That's crazy.
Well,
that's
you know
crazy because I know somebody with a similar situation. Their husband was creeping at work, and they went to the Christmas party, and their husband introduced them to the person that they were creeping with at the Christmas party. Like, hey, this is this is my coworker, so and so and so and so and so. And she's like, hey, and she was just like, she just had that feeling like, something wasn't right. She had an attitude the whole night, and he was just like, what's wrong, But coming to find out, after everything was all said and done, they had been messing around. Wow. So it was like he made her out seem to be like she was crazy or something, but she didn't see anything happen, but she just felt like something wasn't right, and it turned out that something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all.
Do y'all feel like we always know?
I feel like we do. I do.
I feel like
First off, especially right now, we've been together almost 20 years. Coming up this year be 20 years. Mm-hmm. I know. I be knowing.
Yeah. And sometimes because you don't have the physical proof, you don't want to say anything because you don't have the physical. But you don't have the physical proof, so you don't want to say it anyway.
But anyway,
even with that, you be knowing. Like even without being together that long, you be knowing. Like you just be.
But I ain't gonna wait for no physical proof though. That's just something.
That's what I said. I said anyway.
I know somebody who will wait it out. They play investigation. They be like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I got to get all my ducks in a row. I don't know how they do it, but I be like,
I've done that.
I ain't got but one duck, and this is enough.
Quackity quack quack. Let me tell you, I know me, and me, she, all they. I'm the type of individual that I do like to have something of proof, just only because with me being a Leo.
Okay.
Sometimes we can make a production out of something if there's not even a production to be made. Okay.
Okay, well, I don't do it. But we don't believe in all that stuff, but I'm a Leo.
But hold on. Let me finish, sis. I got us, girl. But we do have the intuition that's like something in the greens ain't right. Okay, like I can't put my finger on it, but I know something ain't right. And I'm gonna come to you before I got the proof to ask you. And if you say to me, no, it ain't like that, that's not what it is. You bugging. Okay, I'm gonna be bugging, but oh Heavenly Father, if I find that truth, baby, let me tell you, hey, Father, Jesus, take the wheel.
Okay,
and put it on my books because I'm gonna go to jail.
Your necklace,
you gotta take that out.
Put something on the books.
I'm just kidding.
Cause we about to fight.
So you saying Leo, y'all get the information first, and then you make a production, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because I know me, I'm the type of individual, like if it don't smell, like if I have an intuition like something ain't right, you know what I mean, then it's gonna be nagging me, and then I'll just I jump off the diving board. It ain't got to be no water in the pool. I'm jumping. I'm just we gonna land some way somehow, but I'm gonna take the jump. And so I just like to have a little proof, so that way if I jump, even if I'm jumping in a cup of water, I want water to be somewhere so I can see like see this here. I asked you and you said no. And I got this right here now, explain this. And then I move forward as far as like I said, going to jail.
I get that.
Pray my strength in the Lord.
I understand trying to get some proof, but some people want too much proof. They got proof for proof.
Yeah.
But like how much more proof do you need? Okay. You caught the man with his penis in her vagina.
Let me tell you something.
You ain't got to worry about me.
Look, and not at all.
Put that bag on your
But listen, I'm the type of person, you know, I've had situations in the past, you know, we were young with my husband. And wanted to come one time out, he was like, nothing happened. I said, well, you know what? In my mind, it did, so it should. So at the end of the day, he looked at me like,
I like that.
He looked at
What
me
you
like,
having in your mind?
like he looked at me like, what? I'm like, well, it should have happened because of A, B, and C. It happened. I don't care what you say. A, B, and C says it's happened, and because A, B, and C is A, B, and C, then you should have did what, because in my mind it all went down and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the same repercussion.
My husband like, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Sorry.
You should have thought about that when you was.
You should have thought about that before A, B, and C.
I've found myself being like the girl on Why Did I Get Married Too? It took him 2 minutes to get to the car. He stopped over there. He had a red car. Don't take him but 2.5 seconds to get from that gas station. He must have been Keisha while he was there. I have.
But isn't that tiring though? Like, isn't that like so tiring?
God,
it is tiring, but it's like to me, just to be on the offensive side. I wouldn't got to go through all this if you just do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Do what you got to do.
True.
I ain't got to do all of that.
But thank God for these immaturity.
All of the hurt is coming up from everybody, not just from you. It's coming up from there. Oh, when he did this, ain't got nothing to do with you. But
You know what? I just realized. I didn't just realize, but I'm coming to the realization every day that you know how some people they will ride or die and then and hold it down and go through some stuff. I don't think I was built that way.
Tamira, we know you weren't built that way.
You said that
got
before.
rid of your husband. You divorced him for this.
I did, but I'm just saying, like but it wasn't just.
But that don't mean you're not ride or die.
Oh no,
it wasn't. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
You not ride or lie. Ride or die, not ride or lie.
I give him chances though. He got chances, and I was just done. And when I'm done, I'm done.
But I feel like you, Tamara. I know for a fact I'm not gonna stick around for.
No.
I don't see myself doing it because maybe I need to work on forgiveness. Maybe I need to work on forgiving because I can't or maybe I don't know. But
that don't mean you gotta stay because you forgive them too, though. That's what I'm saying. That don't mean you're not ride or die.
Well,
if you don't put up with certain stuff, there's a line.
Exactly.
And you'll go there with somebody else, though, right?
I just can't see myself. Like being in love with you again and intimating with you again after everything happened. And I know. But that's just me.
I understand it. But still, that doesn't mean you're not ride or die because you didn't do the stuff, right?
Well, what the definition of a ride or die is like a person who stay in there no matter what happens. That's what a ride or die is.
No, I don't think so because that's until what you doing to me, right? You know what I mean? Ride or die means you got me, I got you. You ain't got me, and I got you. That don't mean you're not ride or die. That means you ain't have me. So why?
You ain't ride or lie.
You know what I mean?
That's what I say. You ain't ride or lie. Like you ride or die. Right. You just ain't ride or lie.
I be dying either.
Certain people. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be the different definition of it because my thing is you didn't create the drama. You didn't do any of that, right? But you would give your all to the next person, Xavier, whoever he is, and you would be there. You would do everything that he does for you. You would give it back, right? So that means you're a ride or die. You just not gonna be with somebody who's not for you. You know what I mean?
Well, I like that definition because if I get with Xavier and he do the same thing, then I'm gonna call that same lawyer. I'm gonna go ahead and put that.
Still a ride or die because you would give your all to the next man. You would go to bat for him because he would go to bat for you. And the only reason, you're not continuing to be a ride or die to the ex-husband that you had because he wasn't there for you. So I don't think it's fair for you to be like, I ain't no ride or die. No, because you are. You are. You take care of your man. You gonna do what you got to do.
I like your definition better because my my definition that I thought what a ride or die was is if you stay with somebody regardless of what they do to you, you just want to stay. And you know what? I feel like a lot of old people are ride or die because they stayed regardless of what happened. Some of them men back in the day, they did whatever with whomever. Right. And the wife was just sitting there like, well, we just want to make it work. We're going to work on it. We're going to pray about it. And we're going to, because we want to stay together. My thing is, oh, yes, you can be proud to say, yes, I've been married for 40 something years. But 25 of those years, you've been going through straight hell with that man. That's not nothing to be proud of. And I don't want that. I don't want nothing like, no.
So but you know, a lot of time back in the day, though, the men were the sole providers. And they had all these kids by these men. Not saying that it's okay, but I'm saying a lot of the reason they stayed was for their kid.
Yeah, you know, I understand. You know what I mean? Me and my kids, you know what you do make sacrifices for your kids. You do some things that you wouldn't do for you just to make sure that your kids eat. And I get that, you know, I understand that. But like you can tell that it was just different. It was just this what we gonna do. You know, he did this, but this what we gonna do. We gonna stay and we gonna, you know, just pray about it. And you stay with your husband. I probably would have had me a piece on the side because just because you taking care of the family, you know what I mean? And I got to stay with your kids. Preach. I'm just saying, because back in the day, some of them had little side pieces too. Now, you know, but, and then they do crazy stuff. They end up killing the husband. They end up poisoning something. They end up snapping. Some of them do. Because I've been with you all these years and I've been with you and I'm your ride or die, right? But that was partly because I think a lot of them had big families. They had traditionally the man made the money, period. They just took care of the house. And so now you gonna leave me stranded with all these kids. Right. So as a woman who loves her kids, she's gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna stick it out for these kids, but I'm gonna have something on the side, or I'm gonna do this, and he not gonna get no loving. He not gonna get, you know, that's where all that bitterness come from. As they're older, they sleep in separate rooms, and you've been married for how many years? Yes, and you've been like, oh, well, my grandparents been married for 75 years, and there's eight kids outside of that marriage, and like some people wear that as a badge of honor. Like we've been together for so long, and but what about all the hell you've been through though? Like no, you're sick right now because you've been through all that hell. You know, like I don't.
Well, we have come to the conclusion. We know Tamara is not the ride or die in the sense that she thought ride or die was. I said we put it like this: that's ride or lie, and I'm not ride or die.
Come on now.
Listen, you guys, this has been an awesome conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed myself. I know you have too, so please interact with us. Leave it in the comments. Leave it all in the comments. Even if you don't agree, you know, let us know. Now I'm gonna let you know. Now you come in the comments talking crazy. You know, sometimes.
Oh Lord.
You know, I be trying. I'm just playing. We ain't gonna mess with you.
All of us don't always agree, so it's fine.
No, we don't. Last week, if y'all didn't notice, I didn't agree with a lot of stuff that was said, and you know, whatever. But we're not going there. So with that being said, I want you guys to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Tell your granddaddy. I know he can't see and hear that well, but you know, maybe this will start brightening his day. As a matter of fact, let's pray for him. Lord, we thank you for opening his eyes and his ears so he can be talking in Jesus' name.
Amen. Hallelujah.
But with that being said, we enjoyed you guys until we meet again. Bye.
We be talking